What is happening, beautiful people? I am Amazing Gonzo the 801st, and it has been a hot minute, but welcome back to Late to the Party, the review series where we look at old games that you should still buy today. So today we're checking out none other than Killer Instinct. So Killer Instinct, as a franchise, although it's not revered or regarded in the same vein as Street Fighter or Tekken or many other fighting game franchises for that matter, it still has always held a special place in my heart. So I really love fighting games, and Killer Instinct was actually the first fighting game that I and my brother were able to own. So our parents got us the SNES, they got him the arcade stick, came with killer cuts, it was a whole thing. But, so right from there, way back then when we were kids, there is a deep-rooted love for the franchise as a whole. Which is, I guess I could say the same with Street Fighter and stuff like that, but Killer Instinct, you gotta understand, it was something else. And when I say something else, I really mean something else. From the hype of the announcer to the insanely detailed character design, especially for the SNES hardware at the time, what we were used to. That was just incredible, to say the least. But on top of that, when it comes to the gameplay, it was very much a melding of two of our other favorite franchises at the time, which were Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. And what's amazing is that you can play this game and you can see those inspirations come through. But the SNES one isn't what we're here to talk about. Today we're here to talk about the 2013, originally Xbox One exclusive Killer Instinct game. Now, at first, when I first saw this, I thought it was a reboot, but it is, if you go through the story and you read all the things, it is a sequel. It is 100% a sequel, and it is amazing as a sequel. Now, I'm not gonna lie, as fighting game stories go, it's kind of convoluted, it's kind of meh, it's pretty mid, but what's amazing and what people don't realize about Killer Instinct sequels is that they build upon the foundations that were previously set. And what I mean by that is you could go and play Killer Instinct on the SNES or on the Nintendo 64 or the old arcade things, and there are combos, linkers, and enders that would all apply to this game. And that is something that is incredible. It started with Killer Instinct 2 and Killer Instinct Gold. There were combos that you could do from the original one that carried over, but then built upon. And I cannot believe that they did that with this. Now, just a bit of, I guess, development history with this game. It was actually developed by two completely different companies. It started with Double Helix, I believe. These are the guys who did the Strider reboot. And that was like Season 1 and I think part of Season 2. But then it got moved on over to be done by Iron Galaxy. Now, Iron Galaxy are the people who did Street Fighter 3 Online Edition. Great games. But all that aside, what does that mean for you? Essentially, what it means is, if you come in from playing the old games, let's just say you've kept them in your collection, you bust them out, because we all know they're a good time. Let's face it, they are. You can come in and you can, for the most part, pick up a character and play no worries. I know that there are some characters that play completely different, and if you're used to how they used to play, that might be a bit jarring. But trust me, just stick with the game. It's fantastic. But what it also means, as it's been through two separate developers who had different developing styles, although they developed in the same engine and everything, is that there is a new mode for beginners. And it is, so if you're coming from a game like BB Tag or Dragon Ball Fighters or even MVCI, where they're pretty auto combo dependent, there is something called Combo Assist. Now, Combo Assist, don't get me wrong, it is not like BB Tag or Dragon Ball Fighters where you can just continually mash. It is a mode that, instead of having you input like all your directions and everything you need, you can start semi-auto comboing part of your combo, and you can link it. It'll automatically link it when you start pressing different buttons. However, it is only limited to combos that exist within the game. So it sounds kind of hard to comprehend, but trust me, it is very simple once you see it on display. And yeah, look, I need to touch a bit more on. So this combo assists, you can still get combo broken. It is still very easy to combo break someone who's using combo assist if they don't know what they're doing, and especially like if they don't know what they're doing and they accidentally combo break, there's a high probability that you will counter break just based on what they've been pressing for most of the things. So any vets or anyone who's highly experienced at this game will not be threatened by combo assist. And I should probably reiterate that it makes the game easier to start, but it also makes the game harder to master, because then you've got to retrain your brain from combo assist mode into normal mode. So really it's up to you what you want to do. I'm sticking with my moniker of hashtag not filthy, just casual, because yeah, I play this game casually. I don't play ranked or anything like that, but that's just me, and I encourage you guys to do you. If you enjoy ranked, it's still good fun. But Gonzo, I hear you ask, what do you mean by combo breaker, and what do you mean by counter breaker? Well, sir or madam, let me explain. If you've ever heard the word combo breaker, or you've seen it on a meme site or anything, it started with Killer Instinct back in the 90s. It's a function that started with the original game, where when somebody was doing a combo of any sort, whether it was a low, mid, or high, you'd be able to press the punch and the kick button of those corresponding designations, so low, medium, or high. Press them at the same time. Well, as long as you got easy combo breakers turned on in the menu, just be sure of that. And yeah, then you can break combos, and sometimes you can do it by pressing all 3 punches or all 3 kicks. That tends to work too. I've never really learned how to do it officially. I've always usually done it by accident, just because the casual nature of which I play. But yeah, that's a little history lesson for you guys. Alright, so history lesson aside, which is the other thing that I need to explain. It's a counter to combo breakers, but technically it's a combo breaker, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I just realized I use terms like linkers and enders. A linker is essentially an input that you can do that will kind of put a halt or pause on your current combo so that you can link it into an extended combo. So that's essentially what a linker is, or something like that. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but there's a small chance I might be right, so I'm just gonna go with it, right? But an ender is essentially the input for a special move that'll end the combo. So I know that I've called this a review, and for the most part this has just been me gushing about the franchise as a total. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is because you should buy it. There has been so much love and care put into this game. It is not funny, just the amount of dedication from all the developers on every side that has just gone into this to make it feel so much like the originals. It just absolutely blows my mind. On top of that, this is one game that I can say the netcode has never failed me. Every time that you play online in this game, it feels like you're playing with someone that's right next to you, and it does not matter if they are 2 blocks away from you, or you're versing someone in North America or in England or Russia or whatever. Like, this game and the way it plays and handles online is incredible. So, this is just another plus. There are so many pluses to this game. Is it a perfect game? No. Like, there are things that, more qualified people can tell you about it that make it unfair or whatever, but I'm not a more qualified person. I'm just a casual person who's telling you whether or not a game's fun, right? Alright, so I've vaguely told you guys almost everything about the game. Let's just get into the contents of it, because, you know, I think that for the price, you know, it's roughly $60 here in Australia, or it's free if you've got Game Pass, which is awesome. I mean, look, technically it's not free because you're paying for Game Pass, but it's included in Game Pass, is what I'm trying to say. Technicalities out of the way. But yeah, essentially, as many people know, I'm not sure if you know, but when this game came out, it was free. I'm pretty sure there's still a free version out that has a rotating roster. And then, you know, characters started coming out as DLC slowly. Very slowly, actually. It took multiple years of this game getting new characters until it reached its ultimate goal of 29 total. That aside, you know, when you get this game, you can get the Definitive Edition on the Microsoft Store, or you can get the Steam version. And yeah, that comes with all 29 characters, over 20 stages. You get retro costumes for all the returning characters, and even like retro-inspired costumes for some of the new characters to the game. Yeah, like, pretty much just get the whole bundle, which is awesome. I personally got the Microsoft version because I got it as soon as it came out on PC. I didn't wait for the Steam version to come out. Steam version came out years after I got this game. I think it was called the Supreme Bundle at the time, and they changed it to Definitive Edition. Yeah, but I've had this game for a long time, and I've enjoyed it for a really long time. So that's why I want to recommend it, guys. I've had this for probably about as long as I've had Street Fighter V, if not a bit longer. And look, my Street Fighter V review was fairly positive, especially because I was reviewing Champion Edition. But I've enjoyed this so much more than Street Fighter V Champion Edition. I've enjoyed this so much more than Tekken 7. Now, Tekken 7, look, granted, I've spent a lot less time with Tekken 7 than this. However, I will, you know, actively go back to this as opposed to trying to load up Tekken 7. Part of that is because I've got it on PS4 and I've still got the base PS4, and that just takes so long to load that in my mind I just can't be bothered, and this is just quick and snappy and just works. But that aside, like, this is still an incredible game, guys, and I really should get to rating it now. Alright, so normally when I review a fighting game, I already have it planned in my mind that I will give it the rating of OnlyFans. So, you know, yes, it's a joke, but the meaning behind it is that, you know, really the game is kind of only made for fans to keep going and playing it. It's very hard for a casual audience to just come in out of nowhere and start, you know, busting in on it or anything like that. So it's very hard. Like, when it's OnlyFans, it's hard to recommend to anyone that isn't a fan, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. However, this game, I will give it a 10 out of 10, would recommend. It hits a great middle ground of, you know, newcomers can come in and just whoop, and veterans can come in and just whoop. So it's, you know, it's not just for fans, it is for everyone, and it will complement everybody's playstyle. So 10 out of 10, would recommend. Definitely one of the fighting games that everybody should be playing. I can't believe that people don't talk about it as much as they should. I can't believe that Microsoft has decided to not release a sequel for it. Some things just baffle me, but I must implore you, buy this game, get this game on the map, bring back KI. And on that note, I just have to say that while I was in the middle of, like, recording and editing this, yes, Maximilian Dude has announced that he's doing a Killer Instinct tournament on the 1st of Feb. So if you guys are into that, I mean, look, for us it's technically going to be on the 2nd of Feb. just because of time differences and stuff like that. But either way, if you guys are interested to see what high-level play looks like in this game, be sure to tune in. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.